if you're watching this episode right now, that means you've watched the other ones, right? So like, comment, subscribe. So let's get into it. Hey guys, and welcome to Comics Review. I'm ComicManJake, and here in the Comic Cave, anything can happen. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite Marvel books, Thor: God of Thunder, written by Jason Aaron, or as I go, the badass Aaron. This has to be one of my favorites. One of my friends, Tucker Marks, has recommended this to me years ago. I went to a Grand Rapids Comic Con. They had a sale. This was on sale because it was torn. It was like $5. I was like, sure, I guess I'll read this because Tucker was suggesting it. And oh my god, is this amazing. Now imagine this, okay? Imagine that you meet your present self, like your present you meet your past, and possibly your future self. That's what's happening in this book. There's a new god called the God Butcher, Gore, and he's basically killing off all these gods in all the realms, in every way, because he believes, because in his mind, when everything was going wrong with him, he prayed to gods and they didn't listen, so he says, screw the gods, I'm going to kill them. And basically does. And in the past Thor, before he picked up the hammer, he had Jabbernuck, and he's all arrogant and he gets captured by Gore. He escapes, beats the crap out of him, but then leaves. Well, then there's present day Thor. Present day Thor meets him. He's like, I thought I beat him. And he gets into a huge fight. He's investigating, actually, all these gods' deaths. And he's like, what's going on with all these things? And then they jump to the future. Which, for those who don't know, and you probably can't see it, but maybe you can. Right there, yeah, the old guy with the eye patch, that's Thor. So if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, that's where they got this. The whole King Thor. I mean, they got the image from that. And honestly, this is an amazing read. You see the whole, like, evolution of Gore, and he's a huge part of this, and all the evolution of Thor. And it gets really cool when they all, like, eventually, like, come all together, and, like, they're talking to each other, and, you know, Thor doesn't have, you know, Odin's dead in this one when he becomes King Thor. Thor now has the Thor Force. It's not called the Odin Force anymore. It's called the Thor Force, and it's really cool. He can do all these magical things. But the cool thing about this future is that in this future, Gore has killed off all the gods except Thor. And what he'll do is he'll bring him up, and Thor's like, I'm going to die today. I need to die today. I'm going to kill all these guys and die in victory and go to Valhalla. And right when he's on the, like, he beats like 1 million people, goes up, and right when he's on the brink, they stop fighting him. And they bring him up to the throne and sit him there and just leave. So it's torture for him. He is the only god, and they're just destroying it. Now the cool part is, like, you realize that Gore tries to make a thing called a God Bomb. And what it does is he's going to send it back in time, because he's found this this time kind of. He found out how to transport through time, and he's going to put the God Bomb, and he's going to put it in the beginning of time and destroy everything, destroy all the gods, because the mythology is there was an elder god. The elder gods gave birth to more gods, and the gods, and so on and so forth. So he's going to go back in time, make the God Bomb, destroy the elder gods, so there are no gods. But honestly, like, Jason Aaron can write, and this is one of my all-time favorites. He's the only Marvel writer right now that I actually will read. He is one of my favorites. He's the Brian Michael Bendis, if anyone knows. He's the Brian Michael Bendis now, because Bendis left, and right now there's nothing wrong he can do. Out of this run, actually, after a while, Jane Foster picks up the hammer and becomes Thor, because Nick Fury in Original Sin says, you know, he whispers something and we don't know what that is until Unworthy Thor, where basically Thor is unworthy. He looks exactly like King Thor without a hand, and he's driving the axe again, Jabberwock, or whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Can't pronounce it right. But you find out later on that they reference this book because all that Nick Fury says to make him unworthy is just to say Gorr is right, meaning the gods aren't worth. Like Gorr says, basically like the gods aren't worth it. They're nothing, and it's such a good book, and I would highly recommend it for all you guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like button. You know, also subscribe. More content coming, guys. I'm ComicManJake. I'll see y'all next week. Peace out.